still,
it was so good. The tone was perfect, like everything.
The Instant Ken one was pretty gas.
That one was pretty good, especially because it was the last one, and there was a lot of extra stuff to that trailer.
Ridley murdering Mario.
That one was really good. I don't know if I have that one in my top 10, but the feel of it and the excitement we all got, because Sakura was like, "Oh, he's too big? Okay,
never
bad.
getting in.
I got you. I got you."
And then the makes the big time. Oh, that line was hard.
What are some other really good ones? Greninja was, oh yeah.
Snuffing the flame.
The Charizard Greninja one in general was just so good. Damn.
Kazuya was pretty hard. Dropping people off.
Okay, unironically, Karu as well, because the remix of the music, and then the closing punch at the end was just beautiful.
Yeah.
But now we finally have the matchup for you. It's going to be Mr. E versus Karu. Another Belmont stepping up to the plate. Belmont is going to get to many a character, but anybody who's good on quick interaction, short hop, air-to-air game can be very frustrating. But if you can condition fear into that short hop game with Simon, you can keep Mr. E out pretty consistently.
Yeah, pretty interesting to see the Smashville starter. Of course, you're going to see these crosses controlling a lot of the zone, but if Mr. E can get in, all of a sudden it gets really hard.
I'm actually not too shocked because of, this is the best stage for Lucina.
Yeah.
They love this stage. It's the shortest distance you need for a ledge trap. But same token, for Simon, you can be around that platform. You don't need to work hard to get a ledge trap. So you don't have to worry about Mr. E full hopping around you all over the place. He's got to get up around this, and it's been working so well for Karu so far.
It's kind of a statement of who is going to be the better player in locking down the stage, and wow, Mr. E popping the headphones off like, no.
Said no, we're locking in. We're getting into it right now.
Yes, sir, I'm coming for you.
And Karu with the dropping down dare into the back air. Great option coverage as well. But it's all about the ledge trap game here. Punishing him on the down tilt won't be enough to get the kill yet. Let's see if he can finish it, maybe off the ledge.
Good patience from Mr. E. Finds the hit, wasn't able to maintain the ledge trap, but for the better, it's kind of, I'm finding out the info of how you're getting through.
We're getting a lot of data here out of Karu too. Karu's got really good decision making from what I'm watching. He, utilizing that down air to pop back on, always has the cross there to get himself back on. Like there's never something Karu does without a backup plan.
Yeah, he's also never being greedy with the space he's taking with the whip. It's always like, all right, I'll back off just enough to where even if I'm pushing this safely, I still have extra time to get away from you.
Yeah, even right there, Mr. E actually had to relinquish that pressure because of the fact that that cross came back. But he's going to go all the way off stage. Of course, that's one of the main keys for Lucina. Anybody who has a pretty straightforward recovery, make sure they don't feel comfortable getting back on anytime.
Yeah, and frame one invulnerability on the up B when you're in the air, going to be a great way to pop out of some of these holy waters if Karu gets a little bit too aggressive with him, but it's that down tilt slide to get a little bit of extra damage and pop Mr. E at ledge. This is the moneymaker.
Oh, that's such a stressful situation when your shield gets in that position because it's either down smash or a bait, and you have to guess which one it is. Up B water shield won't be able to do it yet, but Yin, this is extremely close in terms of like pressure, but it's been all Karu's game.
And that's the thing, Karu has just been really maintaining the stage whenever he gets it. Meanwhile, Mr. E struggling to do the same thing, but finds the edge guard absolutely beautiful right there.
Yeah, you can see Karu not feeling too happy about that one. He was controlling the game the entire time, and Mr. E catches the one place where the Belmonts don't want to be hit. It's offstage. It doesn't matter how much damage you have. That's the win con every time.
I think that's the thing. We're seeing Mr. E and now 180, and so he's been able to get away with a lot of mistakes, but finally right there, Karu.
Option coverage to a T. Covers the counter, covers the early up special, covers you staying on ledge because he still gets an F tilt, and Karu starting to bring this back here. Doesn't get the follow-up cross, which would have pushed him into Holy Fire, but he gets it anyways.
Yeah, Holy Fire, not able to land it on the plat there, but love that get-up attack to go ahead and shut out Mr. E's coverage there.
I like how we both just let that Holy Water, Holy Fire rock, because it is indeed flames, and he's looking hot right now, but instead, it might be the near ledge that can do it. Mr. E not going for that, going for the down tilt instead. Mr. E looking good here in the late game, misses the forward air, forces him to have to go low because of it, because he wanted the early snap, and Mr. E takes game number one.
So close. Mr. E just put the fear into him where he's right out there ready to get the swing, and Karu was just this close away. And so he went for the fastball to immediately drop under and avoid it, but
I'm going to say this right off the bat. I don't even need to see more games to tell you Karu is legit. That was very solid gameplay. The focus was there. The pressure was there. But more importantly, the coverage. It's all about how often you take away people's options in platform fighters to make things look true. You can make anybody look good if you have good option coverage. You have to be able to do that against someone like Lucina on her best stage, and he looked exactly like he needed to take that game one. Mr. E, though, kept it calm, and he was able to finish it.
Yeah, Mr. E, I think it ultimately came down to not how many mistakes were made or how many hits were found, but who's the one capitalizing the most? And so Karu would find hit after hit, dishing out tons of damage, but does that matter if you don't get the kill?
You know, it's kind of funny. Richter on the green color actually somewhat blends into the stage. I know it's blue in the background, but it might actually be harder to see.
It's just close enough.
All right, never mind. Once it gets up to the path, all right. So now it's not a problem anymore.
It wasn't a trick. It was we thought.
Sometimes people be doing that, and if it's in the game, I guess use it. But
bro, I got a local boy who will use Isabel on certain battlefield stages just to blend in with the yellow.
Hey,
it's corny, but if it works, it works, right?
Right now, everything has been working for Karu once again. Misses out on the holy water, but miss. That's the mix-up. They had to go for the second hit or let it drop. And sometimes you're not prepared for it because you just assume you're going to get hit again.
Yeah. You're ready for the combo, but it's not the combo you thought. Now, Mr. E really trying to put that aggressive pressure off stage, but Karu doing a really good job of just playing patient. Love those conversions too.
I like Karu. This is some really solid play. Mr. E, though, again, the reason why we talked about him for so many years, he's been around since the Brawl days, continuously adapting to all of the unique style matchups, and that time, not letting him get away with the cross for free. He's gotten away with it almost every other time.
That's the other thing that I love about Mr. E is he's not always just trying to force the punish. He's waiting till it's optimal, but right now it's optimal for Karu.
Ooh, spicy hot with it. Everything was just covered once again. You just go up there and you're like, what is my landing option? The answer is nothing, really. And now, Mr. E, though, going for exactly what he needs. Remember, it doesn't matter if he's at 30 or 150. You can steal a stock away on a Belmont. He just needs to push him off stage.
Yeah, wow, that uppy uppercut to go ahead, get Mr. E off of him. And look at this, 148. This is the percentage that we've seen time and time again for Mr. E, but now Karu sealing it out, and this is what he needed to really secure a game.
Yeah, Karu trying to do what he couldn't do in that last game where he had a big lead, ended up losing it, but that jab block's going to be a free forward smash. It's all about what he does to get back on now. Gets the free roll read as well, so what does he do after this? He decides to go aggressive, and he still keeps him covered.
Wow, locking him down at ledge. Beautiful backer to get on through. And the patience right now from Mr. E. Getting caught up, though, just being a little off on the timing, and maybe Karu can go ahead, hold on to this lead a little longer.
That forward smash won't lead to a stock right there. Off that nair, it's not enough, but the back air coming through. Mr. E hasn't been able to close this out yet, but he looks for the nair finally that time, trying to condition him. Maybe the jump off that back air, and that's his jump. He just got ripped. That's a free back air every day of the week. We're at last stock once again.
Mr. E putting in the work off stage, and now caught with the down air, but thankfully getting the trade so it wasn't too much damage. That is a scary combo tool from Richter in that moment.
You see both of them super focused. Whenever a mistake happens, they are very animated during in that player cam. This is a lot of options that are being covered now for Mr. E, answering right back on Karu.
And now back air to get him off stage. Karu really getting locked down here as Mr. E has turned it up to 100. And now pops the holy water, unable to get the hit off stage.
It's all about what you do from this point forward, and yeah, it's going to be a free forward throw again. You don't want to utilize that throw yet. It's going to be a little while before that'll kill.
Dude, such a clever way to get around, but still getting caught up by the grab. The recoveries have been on point, but the ledge trapping has been so much better for Mr. E.
I thought that might cost him, but he is just, when Mr. E gets into a certain mode, once he starts getting into a wait and see mode, that's where you know you're in trouble, because he's always looking for you to press first. And as a character like the Belmonts who have to commit pretty hard to most of their stuff, it takes a little bit to throw out that holy water. It takes a little bit to throw out the cross. It's going to be easy to find the gap on those. Karu's got to find that success he had in those early stocks and find a way to close the game out.
It's been really good understanding from Mr. E, where he knows that who has to commit in the moment.
Yep.
And understanding the tempo and decision making of the match can completely change this and take it 180.
Yep.
Where if he wasn't ready and he was being the one to force the issue instead of waiting for Richter to have to commit, then he wouldn't be getting a lot of these edge guards then.
See what happens here in game number 3. So far we've had quite a few situations of 3-0s, but they do not tell the proper story. I don't think we'll see that here. I think Karu definitely has what it takes to put a point on the board, but he hasn't been able to finish yet. It's always his early game, but can't finish the late game just yet.
Yeah, and now trying to find some success on Battlefield, and I love that. That top plat is going to be the big story maker for Karu. Of course, the ability to pop up off of the downer, the up B, and so overall making his game plan safer.
Yeah, Mr. E is showing once again that he's got a lot of experience in matchups like this as well. That's a jump early. He can't make that back. It's one of the only options you have because you have to smack Lucina away, hopefully. But if you misspace it, that's a free punish.
Yeah, and the adaptation from Mr. E to go from these slow early games where Karu's taking the lead to now Mr. E setting the pacing and sending a message into Karu's brain for this.
And right now, Karu.exe is being downloaded because Mr. E seems to have the complete understanding of what to do in this matchup right now. The way he's played, a lot of those early aggressive plays aren't working the same way anymore, Yin, and that is going to frustrate you as you try to get back into the match.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, Mr. E really trying to find the hit on these double jumps and finds the down air to go ahead and cover just about everything forward air to seal it out. Mr. E is in it.
Now, the biggest thing right now, if you're Karu, is don't put yourself out of the match yet.
Yes.
Because mentally you could check out early. But he has had nothing but leads throughout every other game, and he instantly answered back. That is a great way to answer it, and that is absolutely something you could build upon to try and get back in the game.
Yeah, and now that we're seeing Karu maybe start getting some of these edge guards, this could be the time to completely switch the set around, but Mr. E still got a lot of things to say about that. Getting caught up by these whips and crosses, though, it's getting so hard to play around Karu's game, and
84% the sweet spot at that. That's why we said it. You're never out of the game. You got to stop. You got a chance. And Karu's already shown he's able to do it before. Now, here's the big thing. Every time Mr. E in this spot always finishes the match. He's able to do it every time. Karu has to finally get that dub he's been looking for that's been so elusive.
Yeah, but how do you do that against a closer like Mr. E? That's the question. Sending out the cross to go ahead, seal out the ledge. Mr. E, though, finds his way right on through. So good in playing around these threatening hitboxes.
Right now it's looking a bit rough. You got it down there early, and that's all you can do. You got to hope you can snap the ledge, but it won't be close enough. Still, incredible performance, Mr. E.
Oh, yeah.
Once again,